Shot clock is at 2. They don't recognize it, and no good.
A little bit late before he actually got it off. I don't think that was even close.
He brought in the brand new roster this season. Whoa, and the lob. Jourdain couldn't finish it. It's a game they're the nation's best three-point shooting team. Jourdain not one of those though, just 26%. 8-9 game because he thinks his team is talented enough to make it to the second weekend. Rogers off balance 3.
That'll
Two-time transfer, Baylor and Illinois, and he's looking for an assist to Jourdain. He finds Rogers breaking to the basket. It's combined, USF has 3 of those. No turnover here, and a hard foul.
there. When Memphis applies some of that pressure, you can't just get it across half court, then set up a play, or you're going to be fighting.
He knew what this opportunity would mean for USF. It was a big one last year. They came back 20 down. Here's Rogers. Not shy. Step through, and a beautiful finish by Kaysen Jennings. Will score 15 points a game in transition. Feels like they're willing to run. Danger left hand. It's beautiful.
To the paint, whether it's transition or getting to the free throw line. That's where all 6 of their points have been as a result of getting in the paint. And they've got to get him out for 1 to 2 minute spells because he's going to have to carry the load.
Beautiful baseline away by Dante Harris. Wing feed back to Danger. Got good feet, and he converts for his
Danger bucket.
Here's Kobe Rogers. Rebounded. Didn't quite get through, and a feed ahead. P.J. Haggerty off the glass.
Smart play by Haggerty.
American has 2 of the top 3 scorers in the country, including Haggerty. Reynolds mid-range.
They get the tape like that, it's like a Tiger tryout mixtape for Penny Hardaway.
That's right. Recruiting classes. He had the #1 class in the country, James Weissman. They had a really talented team last year. South Florida. Another turnover for the Tigers. That's been an issue for them all season. Blind pass and a conversion on the run. Here's a touch for Haggerty. 4 points early on. As it's stripped. Tigers. 3 ball all off the mark. Size advantage and out to Reed. Jaden Reed had a great year last year. Up with Dante Harris on the floor for extended minutes tonight early on after he played a good chunk of the last game.
Cross-court pass to one of the nation's best shooters.
Adam McCoy teams 1 up. Wins, hangs. Cisse there trying to clean it up. And it falls off the rim. Knocked away. Turnover number 6 for the Bulls.
I think they're playing a little bit too excited with both of these teams.
Jaden Reed the steal and the lay-in.
That's just insight on scouting reports. Just unbelievably kind.
One from the floor. And another one. Reed tracking it down in the front court, but it crossed the sideline. Back to man now after giving it a look. Danger up in front of the rim. A fantastic season last year. One of 3 in the country with 100 assists, 40 steals. In the state now at Texas. And Reed Shepard now in the league. Pick and choose when they get to Jameel Reynolds. He's not a 40-minute-a-game guy.
Well, and it's all about location for him. Location for him to really destroy you down low, and Danger's a tough guy to move around.
Double digits in 3 different Division I schools. He's given Memphis 1 of 2 from the line. Williams. Looking at Kobe Rogers, contested 2 and an air ball. Memphis had
Must take advantage of that. Really smart play by Haggerty to get himself to the free throw line, make the little guy work. It's a Penny Hardaway. He's calling more play calls than I think he has his entire career.
corner 3 off the rim. Danger example. He gives him 3.7 assists a game. Danger with the fake. Beautiful move.
I think they've got.
Brought this up a couple possessions ago. With limited time, they're not doing a great job getting much usage.
More as he's been on a tear.
It's a touch here. Jump hook. Oh, doesn't miss many of those.
Great.
Temple had beat Memphis earlier. Here's Danger on the run, off balance, and he'll go to the line. Went right.
You see him take one, you think it's a bad shot until you realize how confident he is and productive he is.
Of his youth.
There's part of it when you watch him play, certainly smaller, is not getting credit necessarily for how hard teams are playing against Memphis.
Behind the back. Both teams 1 for 10. Recent shooting trends, making one
Like to disrupt the conference rhythm.
You'll see a good one next week. Illinois goes to Duke. Now they can, Williams had him cut off. Danger. South Florida has missed its last 8. And a foul on the drop. In fact, his dad was a great athlete. He's a wide receiver playing for Bobby Bowden. Listen, I love that he's had success. This guy is the hardest worker on the team. If you show up late at night, you're going high. Size advantage. Man, he is a whirling dervish, but left that
To get down there around that charge circle, he just cannot get that positioning that he wants.
Stroud is just a 24%.
6 on fast break. This is where South Florida is scoring.
Williams, no. Follow jam, not there. Danger into the corner. Haggerty had time to tee it up. Then he knocks it down. Now they're missing him at the free throw line. Goes all the way in before drawing the foul from Brent at Texas to finish things off. It's Saturday on ESPN, and that's
USF transfer Youngblood has started to find his stroke for Nate Oates. The road.
And then Chris Youngblood, one of 3 key players that got it deep, and a conversion for
Moving and found his way up.
So the Bulls are 8 of 24 from the floor.
It's all to the Memphis turnovers. If they take care of the ball, they can stop USF in the half ball.
Air ball.
And you'll recall last game for
Owls, only 2 in the second half. We talked to Penny Hardaway about related, but we've still got to be better and have more of a sense of urgency, especially.
Great dinners.
Sloppy start for both sides. Hunter tees up a 3, and that goes. Here's C.J. Brown now running the offense for the Bulls. Arkansas this weekend. Older brother playing for John Calipari, and Williams splashes down.
translate to a little bit more energy in the building. And
C.J. Haggerty. Lob. Whoa! C.J. Reynolds turnaround jump hook, trying to take a page from Danger. Haggerty, offensive rebound to Hunter. He says, why not? Why not indeed?
he creates that offensive rebound opportunity for a step-up 3 by Hunter. It didn't matter if you were there early or not. He was throwing that thing up where nobody could get it.
Here at Ole Miss, played his former team earlier this year. That was a big win for this Memphis program.
31 points, 22 rebounds, and 21 blocks in high school. I mean, if you were in that, that's at least 3 open looks they've had. They just
the Memphis team that's opened its season with a win against Missouri, against Ole Miss. And that was all before the calendar turned.
to dribble down and get that matchup. They just go straight into it. No need to pass the ball around. Over a 5'10" sophomore.
So Brandon Stroud. So shake and bake, wide open. Off the back of the Penny Hardaway has drawn up after this. Coaches for each respective team. Our coverage begins at 7 Eastern. And a bump and a whistle against Jimmy Williams. Memphis in the bonus. The mid-year transfer was on Tony Bennett's team at Virginia last year. Makes the first. What a great security blanket he was against Temple. With Tyree. And they're going to get Cisse with the foul. Here's Jimmy Williams coming off a 12-point performance. He's got 3 free throws coming. 7 in their conference tournament. Because you have to go back 5 stops to find the Lausanne tape. With 2 seconds. So one of the nation's top scorers with only 1 loss on the season. They are generally the better. Typically, in fact, have turned into a 30-point win. Instead, they let Charlotte back into the contest. Played sloppy late. Danger on the run. Nifty move.
Did play perfectly. They missed the shot, but intensity and this on the defensive end and running the court. Their postal service won't extend mailboxes anymore. It's got to be cluster boxes.
I'm learning.
So if he has his
case, when he learned that our president is going to discontinue the penny, Hunter fouled on his way up.
Costs about that much to make the penny shoes. Didn't quite get it back.
June, that's atypical, but hadn't been for this Memphis program. I say all.
Memphis shows. I mean, again, they are not playing like a team with a lead.
Oh.
Look at that. Give me that defense. These guys are the aggressor. This is what you want to see out of a team. P dribbles towards the basket.
Ball movement. Kobe Ryan's 2-on-1. And the Bulls convert.
I think he got
Reynolds stays in the game. Got to be careful. Jordan with the tip on him, set it up again. And Stroud gets whistled for the foul.
Motion offense. You are likely going to get open during that possession, but you don't know when and where.
Country three-point percentage, 8 a game at a 40% clip. Hunter knocks them both down. Here's Jennings for 3, and he splashes it down. Things are looking for an assist. Yep, there's a forward rough shot over the American, 10-1 in the league. Memphis team that only has 2 returners, 12 newcomers to this roster. Reynolds rolls. Penny, when it came to roster construction, wasn't done with the players. He redid his coaching staff. He was a 3-star recruit, but he was Mr. Basketball in the state of Texas. And on his way to Allison Ryland Griffin. That'll get you noticed.
Yeah.
Stop the boards, 3.5 assists, 2 steals a game. Was playing for him in the early 90s. His name is Anthony. You saw that hard work up close and personal. I can't wait for you to tell that story. That went off the rim.
Fast break opportunities, whether turnovers or missed shots.
Quick 3 from number 3.
And that's what I'm saying happens.
He's going to get you. The late great
Impact on young people. He's the best, man.
Some would say he's the anti-Scottie Pippen.
Disappointed, and that's not the case with Penny Hardaway, man. He's been all Memphis, and you know, as Wiseman as he did, and you know, it was all the hype. They want all the plays. Here he is in year 7, and I've loved his transparency and openness to say
the NBA and college, there are very specific rules, trends, and expectations.
And Penny telling me, he's like, this is all new to us. We're all still trying to decide, do we take the kids' cell phones at night? What time's coming?
It is a 19-point Memphis lead. They're overall, and they say, hey, maybe this team isn't winning by enough. It's like, as Cisse goes to the free throw line, it's not that big a difference. Forget about the computers for a moment. What does that tell you about this year's Memphis?
To play loose and free, knowing that a loss isn't going to hurt their resume. As you see another 3-ball.
Your opposition by more than the computers say you should. And he said it's a great talking point as Haggerty gets from Memphis are significantly better because of all the work they did in the non-conference. So nice. But I always thought, and we'll see Cal, we'll see his Arkansas team on 6 form was absolutely rocking. And he had it rocking that 1 versus 2 game
a little bit, caught off guard a little bit on that 4-13 game or 5-12, but if you're higher seed,
you certainly lose that wiggle room when it's a dead even 8-9 game. 2 bigs in the game right now, and Cisse converts on the second try. You played your high school ball in Memphis.
Certain recruits like Willie Kemp, Wayne Chisholm, everything was at stake.
You got to come to Knoxville.
So yeah, you're right though. They did go on to lose that game against. They were number 1 nonetheless.
You didn't even have to call a doctor. Williams off the.
He'll go down the X's and O's for about 15 minutes, like a crash course for a big test, and then he comes with that motivational speech in the last 30.
Kansas outlasted Oklahoma 109-106 in triple overtime. Buddy Hield.
More quality touches here in the second half is Reynolds.
Danger
was playing for the Holland Seals. Even though people over there knew the big game was happening. The party senior the year before, so it's always makes you feel good when the team's struggling with your department. In the arena, we had Florida, Tennessee, those Joakim Noah, Al Horford days, and Peyton Manning was coming off his Super Bowl. We won the game and went to Old College Inn afterwards, where he had Jeff Saturday and Brandon Stokely in the house with him.
Don Staley was sitting courtside. Men's team at South Carolina nearly knocked off Ole Miss last night. Jordan makes them both. By the way, here's C.J. Brown, freshman point guard, and a nice move. Here's Carter, and he turns it open.
I think once, retain it. You never have to tell them anything twice. It's a really bright future for 11 and Black running the show.
Handoff for the three, and that's good from Adam.
College game day one time on Beale Street when Memphis had college game day in town.
Elite players since he took over the head job. Cisse lob dunk again.
And then the lob just too easy.
So you got a list of
foundation. So send in your comments. If you got a problem with it, you can find me at Tom Hart.
I think what's interesting about that list is it's not necessarily guys who have to start the season. That happened late with Mike Davis and Nolan Smith, and we got a wedgie. I'm sure he's spoken about this numerous times, but he was looking for the 75-point performance for Memphis with 5+ to play. A lead and a step back for three. Got it. Jaden Reed.
I think they played hard in this game. I think they've just been very sloppy with some of those turnovers and miscues that ultimately just...
Not the most efficient. It's taken him 14 shots to get there. And he's trying to will that one over because
he forgot to rent one.
Yep.
The chances of him being a first-team All-American, stronger conferences, and I think some of the awards he might get will be...
What impact do you think the conference has on that? Just lack of respect for the numbers that he's putting up?
Yeah. Kai Ziegler, Walter Clayton, Mark Sears. I mean, you can name a ton just in that conference.
Here's Haggerty. William Bedford was a launch. Oh, good. Yeah, I think to your voters who are sitting at home and watching big opportunities.
Well, I think that entering the conference tournament with only one loss since top dog and come out with just one loss, that is something that just must command performance.
That an early exit in Fort Worth doesn't hurt you. It only hurts the ticket sellers because Memphis fans would be sure.
He's been doing it right.
You're out there in your gray sweatpants.
How is he dressing better at Leicester than...
Look up and see Penny coaching on ESPN and say, yeah, that's my coach.
Yep, third and fourth of the second half, and that's where this game really got its separation. Really much
danger with 20, and Tyrese Hunter with 15. Now 21-4, 11-1 in the American. And the second half, they not necessarily something they've done each and every time out.